All right, guys, this week we are talking about the story, The Midnight Ride of Paul Revere. This is one of my favorite stories that we read, and it's not even a story, it's actually a poem. So I'm going to talk about some of the things we can find in poetry, and we will find in this poem that we read this week. Throughout poetry, there are going to be line breaks. It's really interesting to see in poetry that we don't end with sentences. Like, it's just people can write things and end a line in funky ways, and I'll point that out in some of our examples that we have here. The other thing is, instead of having sentences, we have line breaks. Instead of having paragraphs, we have these things called stanzas. Stanzas are going to be the groups of lines. They're kind of grouped up so that you can see different topics within a poem. Poems do not always have rhyme in them, but some of them do. But they will always have some sort of rhythm to them, some sort of beat, just like we hear in songs. Songs are a great representation of poems. And sometimes in poems we'll have repetition, where things are repeated. Poems have imagery. They use their words to kind of create a picture in your mind, which we've talked about a lot. Where we're reading a story, we want to get some sort of picture in our mind. They're going to have alliteration. Alliteration is where we repeat sounds, like tongue twisters. Sally sells seashells by the seashore. That's alliteration, where we repeat the same sound at the beginning of those words. And poems are can have some onomatopoeias, which is a fun word to say. But that word means sound words, like pow or zap. Here's one kind of poem that you are probably really familiar with, and this is actually going to be part of your assignment today. So this first one has the word monsters up and down right here, and then each one of the letters stands for a different line, and notice that there's no period at the end of the line. So the monster says, many different creatures walk around on a night like tonight, not because it's Christmas, so let's all stop singing jingle bells. 'Tis because it is Halloween. So everyone beware, real monsters walk around saying trick or treat everywhere. There was no rhyme in this one, which traditionally with poetry you think, oh, it has to rhyme. That one did not rhyme. This is called an acrostic poem. Here's another one that uses trick or treat. Tonight is Halloween. Remember to wear your costume. If you don't, you can't go out. Children going door to door asking for candy like Kit Kat bars. Odd little skeletons walk on sidewalks. Real ghouls yell trick or treat. Tricky monsters hide behind walls. Rickety old robots, elves with pointy hats, all roam the sidewalk together because tonight is Halloween. Here's another one. This one is going to have a rhyme to it. Notice you have the two lines together. This is called a stanza, and there might be punctuation. I see lots of question marks here, but that's not necessarily a sentence. These are going to be line breaks. So, Halloween request. Mom, can you sew a costume for me? I've decided exactly what I want to be. I'd like to go as a monkey bear, so sew a costume with lots of hair. Or wait, I think I'll go as Alice in Wonderland. Can you sew a palace? I just had the best idea. I'm going as a fresh tortilla. No, I've changed my mind again. I want to be Goldilocks in a pig pen. That doesn't make sense. How about you sew me a costume with a pig snout? I've got it. I'll go as Bat Superman. You've got 10 minutes. Finish quick as you can. On this one, you'll notice the rhyming. We had can and man, snout, about, pen, again, tortilla, idea, palace, Alice, hair, bear, bee, and me. So this one had our rhyme. And then our stanzas are 2 lines each. So lots of different kinds of poetry. You're going to work today on some acrostic poems. And so I'll talk in just a little bit about our vocabulary words. Go ahead and tune into the next video for vocabulary words.